You're facing challenges right now, whether it's stress, self-doubt, or life throwing one thing after another at you. It feels like everything is working against you. But here's the hard truth. You can overcome it all. Your mind is the most powerful tool you have. If you train it to be strong, if you teach yourself how to push through, there's nothing in this world that can stop you. Today, we're going to talk about exactly how to make that happen. I'm going to show you how to take control of your thoughts, develop the mental strength to push through pain, and become unstoppable. If you've ever felt like giving up, like you're too weak to face what's ahead, this is for you. I will break down the steps you need to take to train your mind to handle anything life throws at you. This isn't some feel-good motivational fluff. It's real, practical advice that you can start using today. You don't have to wait for the perfect moment or for things to get easier. You can start building your mental strength right now. So stick around, because if you're serious about changing your life and learning how to become mentally strong, you're in the right place. This is where you begin your journey to becoming unstoppable. Number 1, your mind is the battlefield. Win or lose, it's up to you. The only thing standing between you and the life you want is your mind. That's it. Not your circumstances, not other people, not the past, your mind. And if you don't learn to control it, life will control you. You wake up every day with a choice. Win or lose, fight or surrender. Take control or be controlled. And that choice, it happens right here in your mind before you ever take a single step. That's where the real battle is. The moment your alarm clock goes off, the moment you open your eyes, the moment you feel that first wave of doubt or hesitation, that's when you decide who you are going to be. Most people don't even realize they're losing the battle before it begins. They let their thoughts run wild. They let fear creep in. They let doubt hold them back. And before they know it, they've given up on themselves before they even try. They say things like, "I'm not good enough. I can't do this. It's too hard." You know what that is? That's weakness. That's surrender. And if you allow those thoughts to control you, you will never, ever win. You have to understand your mind is either your greatest weapon or your worst enemy. It will push you forward or it will keep you stuck. It will lift you up or it will tear you down. And the difference between those who succeed and those who fail isn't talent. It isn't luck. It's mindset. It's the ability to take control of your own thoughts and make them work for you instead of against you. If you don't train your mind, it will default to weakness. That's the truth. Your mind will always choose comfort over growth. It will always look for the easy way out. That's why most people quit when things get tough. That's why they make excuses instead of taking action. That's why they settle for less than they're capable of. Because they never put in the work to build a strong mind. But let me tell you something, mental strength is not something you're born with. It's something you build. Just like a muscle, it grows with effort. It gets stronger every time you push through discomfort, every time you refuse to quit, every time you silence the voice in your head that says, "I can't." The first step is awareness. Pay attention to the way you talk to yourself. Catch the negative thoughts before they take over. When you hear yourself say, "I'm not good enough," stop right there. Ask yourself, who told me that? Because it sure as hell wasn't the truth. When you catch yourself saying, "I can't do this," challenge it. Say, "Why not?" And then go prove yourself wrong. You have to become your own coach. You have to train yourself to think differently. When life gets hard, don't break. Push back. When fear tries to stop you, don't run, face it. When you feel like quitting, remind yourself why you started. Because every time you choose strength over weakness, you win a little battle in your mind. And those little battles, they add up. They turn you into someone who refuses to break. You think the strongest people in the world don't struggle? You think they don't have doubts, fears, and bad days? Of course they do. But you know what they don't do? They don't let those feelings control them. They don't let weakness win. They make a choice every single day to keep going no matter what. That's what separates the winners from the losers. It's not that winners never feel weak. It's that they refuse to let weakness define them. They refuse to let their emotions dictate their actions. They refuse to surrender to fear, doubt, or pain. And that's what you have to do. Starting now. No more excuses. No more waiting. No more letting life push you around. You take control. You decide that no matter what happens, you will not quit. You will not back down. You will not let anything stop you from becoming the strongest, toughest, most unstoppable version of yourself. This is your battle. And if you want to win, you have to fight for it every single day. Number 2, eliminate weak thoughts. Replace them with power. Your thoughts will either make you or break you. That's the truth. The words you say to yourself every day shape the person you become. You let weak thoughts control you, and you'll live a weak life. You fill your mind with excuses, and you'll stay exactly where you are. But if you eliminate those weak thoughts and replace them with power, with strength, with belief, there's nothing in this world that can stop you. Most people don't even realize how much their own mind is holding them back. They wake up every day, and the first thing they do is doubt themselves. They tell themselves they're not smart enough, not strong enough, not lucky enough, and they think that's just the way life is. But that's not life. That's a mindset problem. That's years of allowing negativity to take over. That's a habit, and like any habit, it can be broken. You have to understand every single thought you allow into your mind is either building you up or tearing you down. There is no in between. The question is, which one are you allowing? Every time you tell yourself you can't do something, you're programming your mind to believe it. Every time you let fear decide for you, you're reinforcing weakness. And every time you let excuses win, you're making it easier to quit the next time. But here's the good news. Just like weak thoughts can destroy you, strong thoughts can make you unstoppable. You have the power to rewire your mind. You have the ability to replace doubt with confidence, fear with courage, excuses with action. And once you do that, you'll start to see how much potential you've been wasting by letting weakness control you. The first step is to become aware. Pay attention to the thoughts that run through your mind every day. How do you speak to yourself? If someone else talked to you the way you talk to yourself, would you tolerate it? If not, then why are you allowing it? If you wouldn't let someone else tell you that you're a failure, that you're not good enough, then why are you telling yourself that? You have to catch yourself in the act. The moment you hear that voice of doubt, you shut it down. The moment you feel yourself making excuses, you stop. You replace those weak thoughts with something stronger. When your mind says, I can't do this, you respond with, yes, I can, and I will. When your mind says, I'm not good enough, you say, I am more than enough. When your mind says, it's too hard, you remind yourself, nothing worth having is easy. You train your mind the same way you train your body. Repetition, discipline, every single day. Think about the strongest people in the world, the ones who never quit, the ones who succeed against all odds. Do you think they don't have moments of doubt? Of course they do. But the difference is, they don't allow those weak thoughts to stay. They don't let fear control them. They don't let excuses win. The moment a weak thought enters their mind, they push it out. They replace it with something powerful. And that's what you have to do every single day. The truth is, your mind is always listening. Whatever you feed it, it will believe. If you constantly tell yourself you're not good enough, your mind will find proof of that. It will remind you of every failure, every mistake, every reason to give up. But if you tell yourself you are capable, that you are strong, that you will not quit, your mind will find proof of that too. It will remind you of every victory, every moment of strength, every reason to keep going. You get to decide what kind of life you live. You get to choose whether your mind is your greatest weapon or your biggest enemy. But make no mistake, if you don't take control of it, it will control you. And if you allow weakness to take over, you will never reach your full potential. So starting today, eliminate weak thoughts. No more self-doubt. No more excuses. No more letting fear win. You train your mind like a warrior. You replace every weak thought with power. You wake up every day with the mindset of someone who refuses to lose. And once you do that, once you make that decision, there is nothing in this world that can break you. Number 3, develop the discipline to push through pain. Pain is unavoidable. Struggle is part of life. At some point, you will face moments that test you, moments that push you to your limit. And in those moments, you have a choice. You can let the pain break you, or you can let it make you stronger. That choice will define who you are. That choice will separate you from the weak, from the ones who quit, from the ones who never reach their full potential. Discipline is what stands between you and success. It is the bridge that connects where you are to where you want to be. But the truth is, most people never develop it. Most people let their emotions dictate their actions. They wait until they feel like doing something. They wait until it's convenient. And because of that, they never get anywhere. If you want to be mentally strong, you cannot rely on feelings. Feelings will betray you. Feelings will tell you to quit when things get hard. You have to train yourself to act, regardless of how you feel. Think about it. The people who achieve the most in life are not the ones who always feel motivated. They are the ones who push through, even when they don't want to. They are the ones who keep going, even when it hurts. That's what separates them from everyone else. It's not luck. It's not talent. It's not intelligence. It's discipline. Discipline means doing what needs to be done, no matter how hard it is. It means getting up early when you want to sleep in. It means going to the gym when you don't feel like it. It means working on your goals when you're tired. It means sticking to your commitments, even when it's uncomfortable. That is how you develop mental strength. That is how you become unstoppable. But let's be honest, it's not easy. Training your mind to overcome anything is not a comfortable process. It requires you to face pain, to embrace discomfort, to push through when everything in you is telling you to stop. But here's the truth. The more you push through, the stronger you become. Every time you refuse to quit, every time you fight through the pain, you build resilience. You build the kind of strength that cannot be broken. You see, most people never reach their true potential because they give up too soon. They hit a wall, and instead of climbing over it, they turn around. They make excuses. They tell themselves they're not good enough, not strong enough, not capable enough. But the truth is, they never gave themselves a chance. They never pushed themselves past the pain. And that's why they fail. If you want to be different, if you want to be great, you have to push past that point. You have to train yourself to keep going. No matter what, you have to stop waiting for the perfect moment. Stop waiting until you feel ready. Because the truth is, you will never feel ready. There will never be a perfect time. The only time you have is now. And what you do with it will determine everything. So the question is, how do you build the discipline to push through pain? How do you train your mind to overcome anything? It starts with small decisions. It starts with proving to yourself, over and over, that you are stronger than your excuses. It starts with showing up every day, no matter how you feel. Because every time you do, you build a habit. You create a pattern. And that pattern will determine your future. You have to take control of your mind. You have to stop letting weakness dictate your actions. You have to stop letting fear hold you back. Because fear will always be there. Doubt will always be there. But discipline is what allows you to move forward. Despite those feelings, discipline is what allows you to take action, even when everything in you wants to quit. Most people never reach this level of mental toughness because they are too focused on the short term. They want results now. They want success without sacrifice. But that's not how it works. Strength is built through struggle. Success is earned through pain. And the ones who understand this, the ones who are willing to endure, they are the ones who win in the end. Look at any great athlete, any successful entrepreneur, any leader who has changed the world. They all had one thing in common. They refused to quit. They had days where they wanted to give up. They had moments where they questioned everything. But they kept going. And because they kept going, they achieved what most people never will. You can do the same. You can train your mind to be unbreakable. You can develop the discipline to push through anything. But it starts with a decision to stop making excuses, a decision to stop giving in to weakness, a decision to take control of your life once and for all. From this moment on, commit to yourself that you will not quit. No matter how hard it gets, no matter how much it hurts, you will keep going. You will train your mind every day. You will build discipline brick by brick. And in the end, you will be stronger than you ever thought possible. Pain is temporary. Weakness is a choice. Discipline is the only way forward. Choose wisely. Because the moment you decide to push through, the moment you decide to keep going, that is the moment you become unstoppable. Number 4, embrace the challenge. Hard times make you stronger. Life will test you. That's a fact. The question is, will you rise or will you break? Every single person faces challenges. Some let those challenges defeat them. Others use them as fuel to become stronger, sharper, and more disciplined. You have a choice. The easy path or the path that forces you to grow. If you want to build true mental strength, you have to stop avoiding hardship. You have to stop running from pain. You have to stand up and embrace the challenge because it is the only way to become the kind of person who can handle anything life throws at you. Most people crumble when life gets tough. They get emotional. They complain. They look for an escape. But listen to me. Real strength comes from leaning into difficulty, not avoiding it. If something is hard, that's your signal to push forward, not back down. The gym doesn't make you stronger if you never lift the weights. Life doesn't make you tougher if you avoid the struggle. You have to step into the fire and let it refine you. You have to decide that no matter what happens, you will not quit. You ever notice how the most successful people have all gone through hell? Look at anyone who's truly great at what they do. They've been knocked down, humiliated, and challenged beyond belief. But what did they do? They got back up. They learned. They adjusted. They kept going when most people would have given up. That's what separates the strong from the weak. It's not luck. It's not talent. It's the ability to keep going when everything inside you is screaming to stop. When you feel pain, your mind will try to convince you to quit. It will whisper excuses. It will tell you that you're tired, that it's too hard, that you're not good enough. That voice is a liar. Do not listen to it. Push past that feeling. When you do, you'll realize that pain is temporary, but quitting lasts forever. The more you push through discomfort, the more you train your mind to endure. Eventually, what once felt impossible will become easy. You'll look back and wonder why you ever doubted yourself. You must change your relationship with struggle. Stop seeing it as something negative and start seeing it as the key to your strength. Every challenge you face is an opportunity to grow. Every hardship is a lesson. When you adopt this mindset, you stop being a victim and start becoming a warrior. No one can do this for you. You have to make the decision. You have to commit. The world will try to break you, but it can't if you refuse to let it. If you decide that you will endure, nothing can stop you. Mental strength is not about feeling strong all the time. It's about what you do when you feel weak. It's about making the right choice, even when you don't feel like it. It's about controlling your emotions, staying disciplined, and pushing forward no matter what. That's what separates those who win from those who lose. And the good news is, you can train this. You can develop this level of toughness if you're willing to put in the work. Start by facing your fears. Stop avoiding the things that make you uncomfortable. Challenge yourself daily. Push yourself beyond what feels easy. Learn to be comfortable with discomfort. The more you do this, the stronger you'll become. And before you know it, you'll be the kind of person who can handle anything. You won't be shaken by problems. You won't be controlled by emotions. You'll be unstoppable. But it starts with a choice. So what's it going to be? Are you going to keep making excuses? Or are you going to rise to the challenge? Number 5, control your emotions. Master yourself. Control your emotions, or they will control you. That's the truth. That's the battle every person must fight. Life is full of challenges, disappointments, setbacks, things that will test you, shake you, and try to break you. And in those moments, your emotions will surge. You'll feel anger, frustration, sadness, fear. But here's the thing. The strongest people in the world are not the ones who never feel these emotions. No, the strongest people are the ones who refuse to let their emotions dictate their actions. They master themselves, and that mastery gives them control over their lives. Look around. How many people do you see losing their tempers over small things? How many let fear stop them from chasing opportunities? How many people let sadness keep them in the same place for years? It's not the world that holds people back. It's their inability to control themselves. The difference between someone who succeeds and someone who stays stuck is simple. Discipline over emotions. And that discipline is something you must develop if you want to build a strong, unstoppable mind. The first thing you have to realize is that emotions are not facts. Just because you feel something doesn't mean it's true. Fear makes you think you're not good enough, but that's a lie. Anger makes you believe you need to react immediately, but that's a trap. Sadness tells you nothing will change, but that's not reality. If you allow emotions to be your guide, they will mislead you every single time. But when you step back and think before you react, when you take control instead of letting emotions control you, you gain real power. You make decisions based on logic, not impulse. And that is the key to strength. Think about the last time you reacted emotionally to something. Maybe someone said something that offended you, and you lashed out. Maybe you let frustration push you to quit too soon. Maybe fear made you avoid taking a risk that could have changed your life. Now ask yourself, what would have happened if you had taken a moment to control yourself? What if instead of reacting, you responded with intention? That one choice, just a few seconds of control, can change everything. It's not about suppressing emotions. It's about managing them. It's about recognizing what you feel, understanding why you feel it, and deciding how to respond in a way that benefits you. Most people let their emotions drive them like a car with no brakes. One bad moment, and they spiral. One rejection, and they give up. One failure, and they stop trying. That's not how strong minds operate. A strong mind acknowledges the emotion, but doesn't let it take over. A strong mind feels fear and acts anyway. A strong mind feels anger but chooses patience. A strong mind feels sadness but keeps moving forward. And the way you develop this strength is through practice. Every day you will be tested. Someone will say something that irritates you. Something will go wrong. You will feel discouraged. And in those moments, you have a choice: react or respond. Give in or take control. Let your emotions run your life, or decide to master them. If you practice controlling your emotions in small moments, you'll be ready when the big challenges come. So next time you feel anger rising, take a deep breath. Give yourself 5 seconds before you react. When fear whispers in your ear, remind yourself that fear is just a feeling, not reality. When you feel like giving up, push forward for just one more step. Every time you take control, you become stronger. Every time you choose discipline over emotion, you become the kind of person who cannot be shaken by life's challenges. People will test you. Life will test you. But you are not weak. You are not someone who breaks under pressure. You are someone who stands strong, who stays focused, who moves forward no matter what. You are in control of your mind. And because of that, you are in control of your destiny. Decide today to master yourself. Decide today to build the kind of mind that nothing can break. Because once you do that, there is nothing, absolutely nothing that can stop you. Number 6, stop complaining. Take full responsibility. Stop complaining. Take full responsibility. You see, the moment you blame someone else, the moment you start pointing fingers, you give away all your power. You tell the world, I am not in control of my own life. And that's the biggest mistake you can ever make. If you want to be mentally strong, you must take full responsibility for everything in your life. No excuses, no complaints, no blaming, just ownership. People love to complain. They complain about their job, their boss, their family, their childhood, the economy, the government. But what does complaining do? Nothing. It changes nothing. It fixes nothing. It only keeps you stuck. You think successful people sit around complaining about how hard life is? No. They take action. They take control. They focus on what they can change instead of wasting energy on what they can't. Every time you complain, you reinforce weakness. You train your mind to see problems instead of solutions. And if all you focus on are problems, guess what? You'll always have more problems. But if you focus on solutions, you start seeing opportunities where others see obstacles. That's the difference between people who succeed and people who fail. One group takes responsibility. The other group makes excuses. Maybe you didn't have the best start in life. Maybe you grew up in a tough environment. Maybe people doubted you, underestimated you, disrespected you. That's reality. But here's the truth. Life doesn't care about your excuses. It doesn't care about what happened to you. It only cares about what you're going to do about it. And if you sit around complaining, waiting for someone to fix your problems, you'll be waiting forever. The strongest people in the world are the ones who refuse to be victims. They refuse to let circumstances define them. They refuse to let hardships break them. Instead of saying, why me? They say, what can I do about it? That's the mindset you need if you want to win in life. Stop looking for someone to blame. Stop waiting for a savior. You are your own savior. You are responsible for your own life. And the moment you truly accept that, everything changes. Now let's talk about how you do this in real life. First, whenever you catch yourself complaining, stop immediately. Recognize it. Become aware of it. Most people complain without even realizing it. They've trained their minds to focus on negativity. But awareness is the first step to change. When you hear yourself saying, this isn't fair, or why does this always happen to me? Stop and reframe it. Instead of complaining, ask yourself, what can I do to fix this? That one shift in mindset will change your entire life. Next, take ownership of every single part of your life. Your health, your finances, your relationships, your emotions, your success. It's all on you, no one else. The moment you fully accept responsibility, you take back control. And when you have control, you have power. But as long as you blame, you remain powerless. Some people don't want to hear this. They want to believe that life is unfair, that the odds are stacked against them, that they have no choice but to suffer. That's a lie. That's the mindset of a weak person. And you are not weak. You are strong. But you have to act like it. You have to think like it. You have to speak like it. No more complaining. No more excuses. No more waiting. Only action. only responsibility, only ownership. This doesn't mean life will be easy. It won't. It will test you. It will knock you down. It will push you to your limits. But that's the price of strength. That's the cost of success. Weak people avoid responsibility because it's hard. Strong people embrace it because they know it's the only way to grow. And growth is the only way to become the best version of yourself. So ask yourself right now, are you ready to stop complaining? Are you ready to take full responsibility? Are you ready to take control of your life? Because if you are, everything changes today. No more blaming. No more excuses. From this moment on, you own everything in your life. And that, my friend, is the first step to real power. The first step to mental toughness. The first step to becoming unstoppable. Now go out there and prove it. Number 7, feed your mind. Protect your mental diet. The power to transform your life is in the choices you make. And one of the most powerful choices you'll ever make is the decision to protect and nurture your mind. What you feed your mind determines who you become. If you feed it with negativity, fear, and doubt, that's exactly what you're going to get. But if you decide to feed it with positive, empowering thoughts, that's where you'll start to see real change. The key to mental strength isn't just about overcoming obstacles. It's about making sure that the foundation of your mind is strong enough to handle anything life throws at you. And that foundation is built on what you feed it. Think about it. Every day we're bombarded with information, some of it helpful, some of it not so much. And too many people just accept whatever comes their way without giving it a second thought. The truth is, you have to be intentional about what you allow into your mind. It's no different than the food you put into your body. If you're constantly eating junk, you're going to feel sluggish, tired, and weak. But if you choose to nourish your body with healthy food, you'll have the energy and vitality to perform at your best. Your mind is no different. Now, I know it's easy to get caught up in the negativity around you. We live in a world where fear sells, where bad news is the headline, where everyone wants to talk about what's wrong. But if you're not careful, that negativity will seep into your mind. And before long, you'll start to see the world through the lens of fear and doubt. You'll begin to question your abilities, your worth, and your future. And that's the dangerous part. When you allow those negative influences to take root, they start to control your thinking and ultimately your actions. But here's the good news. You don't have to let those negative thoughts define you. You have the power to change what you feed your mind. It all starts with being conscious of what you're allowing in. You need to protect your mental diet just as much as you protect your physical diet. Be selective about the information you consume. If you spend your time watching shows that bring you down, listening to people who tell you what's wrong with the world, or scrolling through social media where everyone seems to be complaining, that's what your mind is absorbing. And it's not just about what you hear or see. It's about what you think about. Your thoughts shape your reality. And if your mind is filled with negativity, your reality will reflect that. So what do you do about it? The first step is to take control. Start by being more mindful of what you're feeding your mind. If you catch yourself in a negative thought pattern, interrupt it, challenge it, replace it with something positive. If you find yourself surrounded by people who bring you down, it's time to reassess those relationships. This isn't about being selfish. It's about protecting the most important asset you have, your mind. You can't afford to let anyone or anything destroy the mental strength you're trying to build. Another key to protecting your mental diet is making sure you're feeding your mind with things that empower you. Read books that challenge you. Listen to podcasts that motivate you. Watch videos that inspire you to become a better version of yourself. You have to actively seek out material that pushes you forward, that helps you grow. Because here's the thing, your mind won't just automatically improve. It needs to be trained, just like your body. And just like you wouldn't expect to build muscle by sitting on the couch all day, you can't expect your mind to grow stronger if you're feeding it garbage. But feeding your mind the right stuff isn't just about avoiding the bad. It's about filling it up with the good. Surround yourself with people who lift you up, not bring you down. Seek out mentors, coaches, and friends who encourage you to be the best version of yourself. When you're constantly around people who believe in you, who challenge you, and who support your growth, you start to believe in yourself more too. The power of positive influence is incredible. If you want to be mentally strong, you need to be intentional about who and what you surround yourself with. And let's not forget about the power of self-talk. How you talk to yourself matters. If you're constantly telling yourself that you can't do something, or that you're not good enough, or that things will never change, guess what? You're setting the stage for failure. Your mind is listening to everything you say. And if you're constantly reinforcing negativity, It's going to become part of your identity. But the opposite is also true. If you speak to yourself with confidence, encouragement, and belief, your mind will start to internalize that. When you tell yourself, I can handle this, I am strong, I am capable, you're setting yourself up for success. The truth is, your mind is the most powerful tool you have. It controls everything. Your thoughts, your actions, and ultimately, your life. If you don't take care of it, if you don't feed it the right things, you'll be setting yourself up for failure. But when you protect your mental diet, when you feed your mind with positivity, when you surround yourself with the right influences, you start to build mental strength. You become unstoppable. The change doesn't happen overnight, but it starts with one decision. One decision to take control of what you allow into your mind. One decision to stop letting negativity define you. One decision to start feeding your mind with the things that will help you grow. And when you make that decision, everything else will start to fall into place. Your mindset will shift. Your confidence will grow. Your actions will become more powerful. And you'll begin to see just how strong you really are. So let me ask you this. What are you feeding your mind today? If you want to be mentally strong, you have to feed it the right things. And when you do, there's nothing that can stop you. You have the power to create the life you want. But it all starts with what you put into your mind. Feed it wisely, protect it fiercely, and watch your life change in ways you never thought possible. Number 8, build unshakable confidence. Believe in yourself no matter what. You've got to believe in yourself, not just because it sounds good, but because it's the foundation of everything you'll ever do. If you don't believe in yourself, you're setting yourself up for failure from the very beginning. You can't expect the world to believe in you if you don't have that unshakable belief in your own abilities. The world will only give you what you believe you deserve. So if you believe you're capable, if you believe you can achieve anything, then that's the starting point. Confidence doesn't come from doing things perfectly. It comes from knowing you can handle whatever life throws at you. The first thing you have to understand is that confidence is a choice. It's not something you're born with. It's something you build. Every time you step up to the plate, every time you face fear and push through it, your confidence grows. You see, a lot of people believe confidence is this magical thing that some people just have and others don't. But the truth is, confidence is earned. It's built through action, through experience, and through consistency. You won't wake up one day and feel like you can conquer the world without first putting in the work to prove to yourself that you can. Think about the times you've succeeded. Those moments when you felt on top of the world. Do you remember how you felt? That feeling wasn't because everything was perfect. It was because you stepped up. You took action and you believed in yourself. Even when the odds were against you, you saw something in yourself that others might not have seen. You took the leap and you made it happen. That's what builds real confidence. The ability to trust yourself when no one else might. But let's be clear. Building unshakable confidence doesn't mean never feeling doubt. It doesn't mean never feeling fear. The most confident people in the world still face those emotions. What sets them apart is how they handle it. They don't let those feelings stop them. They acknowledge them, face them, and move forward anyway. Confidence comes from knowing that you can navigate those challenges. It's the belief that no matter what happens, you'll find a way to figure it out. One of the biggest killers of confidence is failure. But here's the truth. Failure is a necessary part of the process. Failure isn't the end. It's just part of the journey. And it's not just about learning from your mistakes. It's about learning to embrace them. When you fail, you're simply getting closer to the success you're seeking. Every failure teaches you something valuable. Every setback gives you a lesson you wouldn't have learned otherwise. The key is to keep going, to keep learning, and to keep improving. The truth is, we all have the ability to be confident. The difference between those who succeed and those who don't is their willingness to face their fears head on. It's their willingness to get uncomfortable, to try new things, and to risk failure in pursuit of something greater. Every time you step into a new situation, you're going to feel fear. It's natural, but it's how you respond to that fear that defines you. Do you run from it, or do you stand tall, face it, and take action anyway? Confidence is not about being perfect. It's not about being flawless. It's about being able to trust yourself, even when things aren't going the way you planned. It's about knowing that no matter how tough things get, you've got what it takes to handle it. You have to believe in yourself more than you believe in your circumstances. You have to believe that no matter what happens, You are capable of handling it. That belief is what carries you through the tough times. One of the most powerful things you can do to build unshakable confidence is to take action. The more you do, the more you prove to yourself that you can handle anything. Even if it's small steps at first, the act of moving forward is what builds that confidence muscle. Every time you take action, you reinforce your belief in yourself. You're telling your mind, I can do this, I am capable. And that belief becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy. You also have to be careful about who you let influence you. People will always have opinions. Some people will encourage you while others will try to bring you down. But remember, their opinions don't define you. You get to decide who you listen to and who you let into your life. If someone is constantly doubting you, questioning your abilities, or trying to hold you back, it's time to distance yourself from them. You need people around you who lift you up, who believe in you even when you don't believe in yourself. Those are the people who will help you grow your confidence. Here's something else that's crucial for building unshakable confidence: taking responsibility. When you take full responsibility for your life, your actions, and your outcomes, you stop blaming external circumstances. You stop blaming other people, your past, or your environment for where you are. You accept that you are the one in control of your destiny. You can't control everything that happens to you, but you can control how you respond to it. And that mindset shift is powerful. When you stop playing the victim and start owning your power, your confidence skyrockets. But here's the thing, confidence doesn't come overnight. It's a process. It takes time, and it's going to be uncomfortable. But every time you push through that discomfort, every time you do the thing that scares you, you're building your confidence. You're proving to yourself that you can handle anything. And over time, that confidence becomes unshakable. You begin to walk through life with your head held high, knowing that no matter what happens, you've got this. You believe in yourself. You trust in your abilities. And that belief will take you further than you ever thought possible. So let me ask you this. Do you believe in yourself? If the answer is no, then it's time to start. Because when you believe in yourself, there's nothing you can't do. You have everything you need to succeed within you. You just have to tap into it. You have to trust yourself, take action, and keep pushing forward. And as you do, your confidence will grow, and you'll become the person you've always wanted to be. Believe in yourself, and watch your life transform. Number 9, be relentless. Never back down from a fight. You cannot afford to back down. Not now, not ever. Life will throw everything it can at you, trying to knock you off course. It will challenge you, test your limits, and break you down in ways you didn't think possible. But here's the truth. You were built for this. You were built to fight. You were made for this struggle. It's not about avoiding the hard times. It's about showing up when the world is trying to take you down. You have to be relentless. You have to push through, even when the odds seem impossible. Because here's the reality. The only way to lose is to quit. If you don't quit, if you keep going, no matter how hard it gets, then you can't be stopped. You've got to learn to embrace that relentless spirit, that refusal to back down. The kind of mindset that says, no matter what, I'm going to keep going. That's how you win. Not by avoiding failure, not by making sure everything is perfect, but by pushing through when it feels like the world is falling apart. You keep fighting. You keep moving forward. You refuse to stop. It's easy to get discouraged when things aren't going your way, when the path ahead seems too difficult, too long, and the hurdles too high. But the key is to remember that no one gets to the top by taking the easy road. Every single person who has achieved something extraordinary in life has faced adversity. They've all had to overcome obstacles. They've all been knocked down at some point. But what separates the successful from the rest is that they didn't let those moments define them. They didn't let failure or hardship stop them. They kept moving, kept pushing, kept fighting, even when it seemed like there was no way out. You see, it's not the challenges that define you. It's how you respond to them. When life hits you, it's up to you whether you stay down or get back up. And it's those moments of getting back up that build your strength. It's the perseverance through the tough times that builds your character, your resilience, and your unshakable belief in yourself. You've got to dig deep and find that relentless drive, that inner fire, and keep pushing forward, no matter how hard it gets. It's easy to look at people who've achieved great things and think they just got lucky, or that they have some secret that you don't. But the truth is, they've all been where you are. They've all faced that same fear, that same doubt. The difference is, they didn't let it control them. They faced it head on, took it on with everything they had, and came out on the other side stronger for it. But you need to understand this. Being relentless doesn't mean you won't fail. It doesn't mean you won't feel pain. It doesn't mean that things will always go your way. In fact, it's the opposite. It means you're going to face failure. You're going to feel pain. You're going to face moments where it seems like giving up would be the easiest thing to do. But being relentless means that no matter how many times you fall, you keep getting back up. You keep trying. You keep moving forward. It means you push through the pain, through the doubt, through the fear, and keep going, no matter what. Here's the thing. The more you fight, the more you push, the more you persist, the stronger you become. Strength doesn't come from never being knocked down. It comes from getting back up every single time, from taking the hits and learning to keep moving forward. Strength comes from the effort you put in when everyone else is quitting. It comes from the moments when you decide that you are not going to let anything stand in your way, no matter what. And you can't wait for motivation to show up. You can't rely on feeling motivated to get you through the tough times. Motivation is fleeting. Some days you're going to feel on top of the world, and some days you're going to feel like you can't take another step. But the difference between those who succeed and those who don't is that the ones who succeed keep going even on the days they don't feel like it. They show up, they put in the work, they keep grinding, even when motivation is nowhere to be found. And it's through that consistency, that commitment to keep going, that you build real, lasting success. When you're relentless, you don't just work hard when it's convenient. You don't just show up when you feel good. You show up when it's hard. You show up when you don't feel like it. You push yourself even when every part of you is telling you to quit, because you know that's the moment that counts. That's the moment when you're really building something. That's when you're truly growing. You've got to embrace that relentless attitude, the mindset that says, I will not stop. I will not quit. I will not back down. That's the attitude of a winner. That's the attitude of someone who is willing to do whatever it takes to succeed. And when you adopt that mindset, there's nothing that can stop you. No failure, no setback, no challenge is too big. You will find a way because you are relentless. So ask yourself, are you willing to fight for what you want? Are you willing to be relentless no matter how hard it gets? Because if you are, there's no limit to what you can achieve. No goal is too big. No dream is too far out of reach. You can have everything you want as long as you don't stop fighting for it. The key to success isn't talent, luck, or being in the right place at the right time. It's the relentless drive to keep going, even when it seems impossible. And when you embrace that drive, when you commit to never backing down, success is inevitable. You've got everything inside of you to achieve greatness. You just have to decide that you're not going to quit. You're going to keep fighting, and you're going to win. Number 10, live with purpose. Know why you must be strong. You have to know why you're doing this. You have to understand the reason behind everything you're striving for, or the journey is going to feel meaningless. Purpose is the foundation of everything. It's what keeps you moving when the days get tough. It's what drives you when you want to quit. Without purpose, you're just going through the motions. But when you have a clear purpose, when you know why you're doing something, suddenly it all becomes easier. Let me tell you something. When life gets hard, and it will get hard, there's no avoiding that. It's your purpose that's going to keep you going. It's going to pull you out of the toughest moments and push you toward greatness. Because when you know why you need to be strong, when you understand the importance of what you're doing, it doesn't matter how hard things get. You'll fight for it. You'll give everything you've got. Because you know it matters. There's a reason why some people seem to thrive through adversity, while others give up. It's not because they're better or stronger. It's because they've connected to something bigger than themselves. They have a purpose, and that purpose gives them the fuel to keep going. Even when the world feels like it's falling apart, they know their why, and that's what makes all the difference. Think about the things in your life that are most important to you. Think about what you're willing to fight for, what you'd sacrifice for. That's your purpose, your reason for being here. It's not just about what you want in life. It's about why you want it. Why is it important to you? What's the deeper meaning behind the goals you've set? When you answer these questions, when you truly connect with your purpose, that's when the game changes. Because when you know why you're doing something, it becomes so much easier to stay focused, to stay disciplined. You'll push through the tough times. You'll keep grinding when it seems like you're not making progress. Purpose makes it all worthwhile. Without it, you'll never reach your full potential. You'll always be chasing after something that doesn't matter enough to you. But when you find that purpose, when you understand the why behind everything you're doing, that's when you'll give everything you've got. that's when you'll keep going, no matter what. You see, the problem with many people is that they're working hard, but they don't know why they're working. They're grinding away, but they're not connected to the deeper meaning behind it. They're chasing after things that don't matter in the long run. But when you know why you're working, when you know why you're building strength, when you know why you're fighting, that's when you become unstoppable. Life will throw challenges at you, and it will try to break you down. But if you're living with purpose, it won't matter. The obstacles will still be there, but you'll have the strength to push through, because your purpose will carry you when you can't carry yourself. When your body wants to quit, your purpose will keep you going. When your mind says, I can't do this anymore, your purpose will say, yes, you can. Keep going. Think about your future. Think about what you want to achieve. What kind of person do you want to become? What kind of impact do you want to make? The more clearly you can define your purpose, the stronger you'll be. The more you can connect with that purpose, the more energy you'll have to face the challenges ahead. Purpose is what makes all the hard work worth it. It's what turns the struggle into something meaningful. Without it, you'll always feel like something is missing. You'll always feel like you're just going through the motions. But when you know why you're working, why you're fighting, why you're pushing yourself to the limit, that's when you start to build something great. Now, it's not always easy to figure out your purpose. Sometimes it takes time. Sometimes you have to try different things before you find what truly drives you. But once you find it, once you discover that deeper meaning behind what you're doing, everything changes. It becomes easier to stay focused. It becomes easier to push through the tough times. You'll have the strength to keep going when others would have quit. And here's the truth. Your purpose is bigger than just you. It's about what you can give to the world. It's about the impact you can make. It's about the legacy you leave behind. Because at the end of the day, it's not about how much money you make, how many things you accumulate, or how much success you achieve. It's about what you do with the life you've been given. It's about the people you help, the lives you change, and the difference you make. When you know why you're doing something, it changes the way you look at everything. The setbacks become lessons. The failures become stepping stones. The pain becomes part of the process. When you're connected to your purpose, you're not just enduring the hardships, you're growing through them. You're using every obstacle as a way to build strength, to sharpen your focus, and to become better. So ask yourself, why are you doing this? What's your purpose? What's the reason you get out of bed every day and fight? When you connect to that deeper why, that's when everything will click. That's when the struggles won't feel like obstacles, but opportunities for growth. When you're driven by purpose, you won't just go through life. You'll conquer it. You'll create a life that's not just successful on the outside, but fulfilling on the inside. And that's the real victory. Remember this, purpose isn't something you just find one day and then forget about. It's something you live with every single day. It's the reason you wake up early. It's the reason you push yourself. It's the reason you fight. Keep that purpose close to your heart, because that's the strength you need to overcome anything. When you know why you must be strong, you'll find the strength to face any challenge, overcome any obstacle, and achieve everything you've ever dreamed of.